quarterfinal. Can Dave do that now as well? And by Dave, I mean Prodigy and Dave.
Yeah, it has been a team effort, but there have been occasions where he's been able to lead the way. CS, they are going to offer some pretty fierce resistance if they bring the best siege that they can inside of the server. I think at their very best, these two teams are very evenly matched, although I probably would pitch CS as slight favorites, but I have picked Prodigy heading into this match. I do think that they're potentially a little bit more well-rounded, and they might be able to catch CS off on a bit of a poor night. I don't know. We'll wait and see. In terms of the social media vote, it is very one-sided, though, in the camp of CS. Now, every time Prodigy plays, the ban phase is actually very intriguing to see play out. What do CS
Blitz.
take
Blitz.
off the board? Monty, Blitz, Monty.
Ooh, okay, so they leave the Blitz. Now, I'm trying to think. So the Blitz we know can play the rush-in kind of operator style, whereas the Montag's more of the map clear, slow. I don't know. I feel like Dave would prefer the Blitz here on border.
The counterpoint to that is that what did he play against GG? Was it the Blitz or the Monty? I can't remember.
On what border?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But I will say that at times, think of like Nighthaven Labs, the Montang gets banned, he'll happily go play the Blitz, and he said that he's more than happy to play it. But then there are other times where they get Labs and they don't ban the Montang, and then he plays the Montang. So I don't know.
The Clash ban too, so they double down on the shield ops.
Yeah, I mean that's probably going to be the exact same bans that they're going to do in every single map in this series.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much says if you're Dave, you're not going to be playing the Montang, but he is still very proficient on the Blitz, and I like the Blitz here on border. I don't think Dave would be upset at all.
I'd probably be a little bit upset.
Well, he knows one of them's
but he
getting
knows
banned.
it's coming.
Like, he knows full well, and the Montang's just the easier ban. Also, it depends if CS themselves want to utilize the Blitz in this in their second half. Armory and Archives to begin for our second quarter final. Prodigy, Circular Spheres. Loser will move to the 5th place matchup against Antic. Winner progresses for what will be the ultimate challenge, Gaming Gladiators. I don't know if winning this is much of a prize. Just gets harder from here. Well, significantly harder.
I think irrespective of your next round, it's going to be tough. Chiefs proved in the R6 Cup Qual Grand Final that they can actually go pretty toe-to-toe with Gaming Gladiators. That was not a comfortable win.
These aren't Chiefs.
But my point being, whichever half of the bracket you start off with the court is, you're going to have a tough second match. It doesn't matter if it's Chiefs or GG.
Yeah, that's true. 5 seconds left. All right, let's see what we've got installed for this second quarterfinal. The first one was actually quite an entertaining quarterfinal, 7-5, 7-5, and 7-5. No OT, but it went the distance, I guess. Every round of regulation was required. Potential spawn peak and not to be from Killamet. He loves these entry battles, win or lose. 30 of them taken for only 11 wins throughout the stage so far. On the flip side, someone like Save, 28 taken, but for 20 wins, far more efficient when Salyut is the one taking those entry battles.
Yeah, that Save discussion point in storyline is really going to come alive in the second half. Big discussion point on the desk. Will Prodigy defensively play a stack of trap ops in an attempt to try and shut him down or slow him down? On the attack, though, they can do their best to actually avoid Saved entirely, or at least deal with him later on in the round. It's looking like a pretty default stack here towards Armory Breach. Sandwich flash over. Mackenzie doesn't double down with the repel, but it does enable the team to push forward.
Oh, good headshot from Bake, and yeah, push forward they will. The Blitz can also just continue to rush on through while the plank goes down behind him. Faulty will get that down on the entry point of Armory. It is a 3v3. Actually, Neptune got a team kill onto Killerman.
That's, what, the 4th tonight, I think?
Had a couple of them. Chance. Of course, the right side reinforcer can't shoot through it. The Blitz has been dealt with. Saved. Good shot as well with the Vector onto Faulty. Mackenzie finds himself in a 1v3 post-plant retake. Long-range shot, and it is going to be a round win for Circular Spheres despite the fast start from Prodigy. The quick response from Circular Spheres is even better, and they will take the opening round.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward first round there for Prodigy. I think the set play was the right call and able to get that diffuser down. And in typical situations, that ability to get it planted bolsters your win rate significantly. Retaking in Siege, very difficult at times. Circular Spheres, though, able to make it work in a timely fashion. the Vulcan canister as well on that diffuser not popped. And that gave a little bit of extra breathing room for the retake attempt there for the defense. Not the most comfortable of rounds for Circular Spheres, but a good retake from them in the end. Over to Teller's bathroom for the next round. And the question mark looming for me is, much like we saw in the last series, with that blitz available, are we going to see more aggressive hits from Prodigy? But I kind of doubt it. I very much get the impression that this is a team that isn't going to try and cheese round wins in that fashion, and instead will contest above, try and get control. Mirror is banned out, so holding above is a little bit harder.
Yeah, Davey's certainly capable of playing a slow blitz. It doesn't have to be the ultra rush style of play just because he plays the blitz. For those unfamiliar, first time maybe watching Oceania League, or potentially just watching Prodigy in general, they are a shield team. They will play blitz every single round. You're on the attack, but no clash, of course, banned out by CS and, of course, the Montaigne. Which does limit Davey on the defense. He'll probably go play Bandit. It's usually his fallback. Dave on the move, and will leap straight into security. Champer calls that out, drops immediately. Davey is a madman.
You'd imagine in anticipation for this match, both teams heavily scrimming around the blitz. Prodigy would have been playing it a lot, I can only assume, and Circular Spheres would have been eager to verse opponents that were playing it as well, so they know how to counter it, or at least have a bit of a better idea and feel more comfortable. No Lesion brought in this particular round, but they do have the Goya for restore that utility alongside the Fenrir. Davey has been able to progress forward. Save gets the opening pick, so that entry stack continues. A lot of heavy smoke play again, and Davey looking to close down this distance, but shut down. A headshot? Okay.
Wow.
I don't know how that was able to take place.
I wish we had got that from Physics POV. And through the floorboards, Faulty will go down, and Trippin is the only one left standing. This is a dramatically good start from Circular Spheres, and they're dealing with Davey on the blitz. Well and truly. Flash leaves a little bit to be desired if you're Davey. The kit will be reacquired inside a fountain, but very difficult task awaits him for the remainder of this second round. I was about to praise Davey, just the way he moves around on the blitz. He's so cautious. But as soon as he pushes fountain there, how often have we seen this stage him lose a 1v1 like that? Very rarely.
That's weird. I mean, it's the kill feed that's really throwing me off. I don't really understand it was a headshot.
Probably because he...
Was it just the down confirmation?
Yeah, it's just the down confirmation.
It happened so quickly that I thought it was the initial kill, which really threw me off. But it made more sense, right? He stands back up, exposes feet, down into headshot. Yep. Okay, definitely makes a lot more sense now. And that's good counterplay. That's just having that little bit of composure, right? And we're talking about split-second decision-making there. Sometimes players will panic, some will turn in anticipation for the flash. Like, there's a lot of different micro that goes into that couple of seconds, but it's well played. 1v1ing shields at the moment is really tough.
Yep. I will say, though, this is a region that's certainly having to deal with it quite prominently because of a player like Dave. CS would have been prepared, and I think we mentioned it a couple of times throughout the regular stage, especially after the initial play days. Like, Prodigy is the kind of team that you can really plan against. You know full well what's going to happen when you play them. You know entirely what their win cons are going to be based on. You know how to ban against them. You know what maps you want to try and take them to.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds to insertion.
I mean, like, Skyscraper is a great example. You just ban the Montaigne, and the Blitz is not going to be really as effective across a lot of those sites.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
And considering this is a 2-0 start on the defense for CS, this is not ideal for Prodigy. There's every world in which CS really do win Skyscraper quite comfortably. Oh, there goes the Blitz again. Dave has not been able to have any impact here on board. A great opening kill from Saved. Look at him shaking his head in the camera as well. He can't believe it. 4-0 start for Saved. He's playing very well so far. Blitz is down again.
You know what we need there? We need the split screen.
Saved 5.
Split screen reaction of Saved and Davey after that first kill. What was the contrast in the emotions after that?
I don't know. I don't think Dave's the most emotional when it comes to the reactions. Could be wrong.
That'd be frustrating.
That would be very frustrating. Save, shot in the back. Still alive somehow. 14 HP, at least a little bit of information. And yeah, Faulty will fall very quickly, and it's about to be a 3-0 start for Circular Spheres. Will we see a tactical timeout in response from Prodigy? Because this has been a shocking start on the attacker border. Their map pick as well, Guz. It's not playing like it right now. J-Par, just the white swing, too good against Trippin, and leaves Bake by himself. It's flawless. If that doesn't warrant a tactical timeout, I don't know what does. They can't get Dave involved, whether he's in the map or at the map. The blitz is not working. But you're a shield team. Yeah. You couldn't possibly think to get Dave off the shield, right?
I think that's kind of the problem that they've got, right? They're
pigeonholed.
They're incredibly dependent on the shield play. And when it works brilliantly well, and they often look dominant on attack, but...
I'm going to do what Lunchbox couldn't. Win. Well, 3-0 up. We've got a long way to go, but that is a wonderful opening kill from Saved. We'll get the cam reaction. Dave. Yeah, again,
bit of a sigh. Can't blame him.
Well, it's a very low effort sigh though. I mean, that's really good mentally, because I would have just slammed desk. 0-3 in a quarterfinal. Yeah. Got to remember, this is Prodigy's first time making it, like, you know, this far. I mean, it's their first season in Pro League. It's their first time this far into a playoff, and it's quarterfinal, and it's your map pick, and you just haven't been able to show up in the opening rounds. It's border attack. I mean, like, fundamentally, it's your pick. You're playing attack on border. You've got the blitz, you're 0-3 and nothing's working. 0-3 for Dave, 0-3 for the team. By the way, I mean, like, it's not like anyone else is playing well. It's 1-3 for Bake, Faulty, and Trippin, and Mackenzie's also on 0-3. So, I mean, this is just a perfect start from Circular Spheres. And so much so that Saved feels very confident to claim that they're going to find victory in the chat. Don't blame him.
I mean, typically this early on in a game, it's pretty difficult to be critical, but this is an attacker-sided map, and it's Prodigy's pick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we can paint a clearer picture that this has been like absolutely the worst start possible. And none of the rounds are even close. It's not even a couple of 50-50s that haven't gone their way or anything like that.
Nothing.
They're just getting smashed. And that big win con of the Blitz has had zero impact.
And it's going to have even less impact on a map like Skyscraper, I feel. So
and Saved is just running riot around the map.
Oh, he just has... It's kind of like watching Joe Cannon just have free roam.
But to the extreme. Like, I think it's another gear.
Absolutely.
And Prodigy, they banned out the Deimos, so they've gone into this game with the expectation that they can hunt down these rainbows or ignore them.
Faulty will go down.
Rip.
Another opening kill for Circular Spheres. Nitrocell, but it won't explode. That's a good shot back on the rappel. But they have lost Mackenzie. Saved is doing whatever he wants right now. 8-0. And puts CS in a commanding position to find a 4th consecutive round. Up top metal through 90. There's the blitz. Trippin will go down. 1v1. Turnaround shot. I thought he killed him, but no. Dave does win that one, but not against J-Par. 4-0 start for Circular Spheres.
Oh, I tell you what.
Are you serious?
I don't often like cheer someone on or whatever, however you sort of champion Barrack for, I guess Barrack for a player in a match. But there are a couple of fibers in me that wanted to see him win that fight. The 360 to avoid the flash, and then he almost wins it. I think that would have seen a bigger side from Davey.
I mean, in that situation, why is Mackenzie playing in front of the shield at that point? No wonder he ends up just dying.
He's so close.
3 opening kills in a row now as well. Jeez, to make matters worse in favor of Circular Spheres. It's wild. Just utter domination. And in the last 3 rounds, so Saved 2 opening kills, Killerman 1, minute 48, 2 minutes 48, 2 minutes 08. I mean, they are just ripping them to shreds.
So, I'm having a look back at the Prodigy versus Gaming Gladiators match. That was Playday number 2 on border. Playday number 3, so it was the first game of Playday number 3. It was the Blitz that got banned out, so it was the Monty that we saw in that matchup. It was a 5-7 scoreline to GG, and they got 4 attacks against the undisputed best team in the region. And today, they can't even scrap together a round that looks winnable.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about the fact these two teams played final play at the stage, and it was a 7-2 win for Circular Spheres over Prodigy. They banned the Montaigne, they banned the Clash. We're going to see that. Those 2 bans will be locked in for as long as this series goes. And now between that map of Bank and this game of Border, it's 11-2 in favor of Circular Spheres. So, I mean, I'm honestly just going to take someone on the chin. I completely forgot. I predicted Prodigy, and I wholly regret it. Absolutely. That's my own fault.
I just had faith that they'd be able to...
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, how do you not get that kill?
Oh, Killerman. Well, it's been a rough stage for Killerman.
Gotta kill that man, Killerman.
He'll hit this one. Oh, no.
Wouldn't it surprise me?
I just really had faith that they'd find a way to formulate
Yeah.
during that break to play into this Clash Monty combo, but it's not clicking.
Opening kill for Faulty onto Japer. Finally, something goes the way of Prodigy. Can they compound that further into this round? So they deal with the Oryx. Japer shut down for the first time in this game. That's his first death. Can that just give Prodigy some kind of momentum that they can play off? Logic Bomb went out, but Physics, his call got blocked by the Mute Jammer anyway. How can Dave have an impact here on the Blitz? We know Prodigy are at their best when he is at his best. When he is able to have impact. Throws out one smoke. Saved though. Goes to 9-1. Flash. Successful, at least in warding off his opponent. The drop down comes through. Momentarily had his side peeked over to save. Save down for double digits. Physics dealt with. Okay, something here. Maybe brewing. Offers control for Prodigy. 3v3. But he's still going to have to drop down below eventually. And Circular Spheres still have got side control.
And Saved still alive. 10 kills already in this match.
I mean, what do you really have here? You got one smoke, one frag grenade, no more logic bombs.
I mean, there's no nitro, so it really does bolster their chances here. The plant denial will be lacking.
Oh. Killerman risking it all right now with this very aggressive hold, and he just can't hit the shots. Frustration. Not a lot of time remaining. I mean, that Vulcan canister alone can deny a default plant. He's going to have to blow it up. It gets blown up anyway. What is Killerman doing? Out of position. Deals with the repel. Saved. Gets Dave off the plant. But he's full white. Vulcan canister to pop. Dave to stick the plant. Neptune hits the headshot. Dave's off the plant again. Running around on the blitz, but around the corner. They're both here. Oh. He gets the melee. He gets the pistol. But Saved gets the headshot. Oh!
And he hits us with the Mew. Can you blame him?
Saved is having a life game right now. 5-0 to Circular Spheres. If you're not winning that round, you're not winning many. For Prodigy, everything that could go wrong went wrong. I mean, except that.
Well, except that, and then the other whiff. I mean, Killerman gave them the free opening, really, in his reposition. But again, that was because of the lack of plant denial. It made it very difficult, and Killerman felt the need to make a play right here. Like, this is just a massive over-aggression. He got punished.
It's a 3v2 there, and they're getting the plant down. Look at that, though, from Saved.
Oh, it's just so clean. And he almost doubled down
and
there.
Then he forces Dave off the plant. I mean, this is crazy. This is Save's camera down below.
Dave was just one shot off. Normally, I would say
12-1.
Normally, I would say you don't have the license to do that this early on in a series, but he's very much got his license.
He has got the license well and truly. 12-1 from Saved. He is absolutely destroying Prodigy.
It feels like the only thing standing between him and a potential kill record is the match is just not going to go on for long enough.
I mean, yeah. Maybe just let Prodigy start getting around so we just keep fracking up. Jeez.
This is just pure domination.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, this must be mentally tilting if you're Prodigy.
Heading out to
Yeah.
defuse a bomb.
If Killerman gets an opening kill, well, then you may as well just throw it all out in the bin. Surely not. No, okay.
Well, Saved he was going for a run out. I don't know. He stirs. Pardon me.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Did he spot the gun barrel?
Gun!
Hello?
You saw him shoot it! You saw him shoot it! You saw him shoot the edge trap.
It's like he was just frozen in time and just mesmerized.
We are doing Killerman so dirty on obs tonight. It feels like every time we go to
We're not doing anything.
I know, but we're exposing every mistake that he's making. And he's still doing okay. He's got 3 kills. Man. But the thing is, it's another 50-50, or not even 50-50, like a 90-10 that doesn't go the way of Prodigy. Like, they still didn't secure the kill. Killerman's still good for 1 here on 30 HP.
Yeah.
And Save's now been given enough time to reposition again back to East Stairs and probably go for a run out.
Surely it's coming. Surely Prodigy are going to get at least one attacking round here. It is their map pick into Fountain. Surely you get this kill onto Japer. Yes, you will. No response. Dave with the opening kill, looking for more. But no, Killerman saves the day on the vigil that you let him stay alive. Repays the favor, gets a big kill. 3v3 now with Saved still running rampant. 13-1. And he's about to make it 14-1. Oh, yeah, jab!
He doesn't do it!
He doesn't kill him!
He's unkillable!
No way. He might get a 1-3.
Oh, come on.
Wait, he has to clutch though now. Has 2 kills and the round needs 2 more. He has a minute. Saved, surely not. To go 16-1. The unthinkable. He's got nothing to lose. He knows it. He's playing so well. His team's up 5-0. Gets a little bit of info from the shot back of his opponents. Bake getting the plant down. Proxy alarm goes off. Oh, hits the headshot. But does he know where the plant's going down? No, he does not, Bake. Oh my goodness. Fortunately got off the plant, covered up nicely, got the kill, and finally Prodigy are on the board.
I can't believe he doesn't hear the plant there. I thought for sure that he knew. And he's so locked in, he would have won the fight if he had that intel. Oh, man. This is one of the most...
This is Rainbow Six Siege.
This is one of the most unhinged games I think I've ever seen. How's that not a headshot, though? I thought he hit him.
He did hit him.
Not in the head.
But not in the head. That one was.
Yeah, he got his revenge eventually.
Well, they would have won the round if the others had have actually won their ones. In the end, 15-2 now for Saved. And finally, Prodigy will get 1 round on the board as we finish the half. Circular Spheres now onto the attack. And Dave onto the Bandit, as expected. But yeah, I mean, that was some kind of half. In fact, it took me half a second to realize the half's done. And we're into the second half. Like,
It's probably the... I don't know what the record is for the fastest half in a game of Comp Siege, but it has got to be right up there.
Opening kills, 157, 148, 248, 208, 208, 153. Rapid.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, it will split 3-3 between the two teams in terms of those opening kills, but of course 2 of them weren't converted for Prodigy. Well, that was certainly fascinating. We head into the second half now. Now, for all we know, this could actually end up just being like defender-sided and CS. But the inclination is that CS...
Well, it has to go against all the numbers, right?
Yeah.
It's what we were touting in the early series today, is that this has been an attacking stronghold. I think one of our observers is...
Yeah, replay operator is down.
Someone's died.
Now I need to make sure. Is he okay?
Are we all good?
He's all good? Yeah.
He's back on his chair.
Straight back on. So we will have replays for this 7th round.
Just been knocked off his feet with how well Saved has been playing.
Yeah. I'll just making sure our production crew are okay. Thumbs up, Isaac. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Beautiful.
He's good.
A bomb has been located.
Well, certainly. Oh! Dave. There you go, gun in hand, and he gets the opening kill. Saved will sit on the floor. He has to sit this one out and says, guys, take over for me.
Well, he got his revenge, Davey. Is it too little too late, though?
Well, I don't know. I just have a weird feeling we could get some...
If they bring this map back, I will be absolutely shell-shocked. It would be insane.
And yet that would be so oceanic, wouldn't it? Killerman, good kill, on to Bake. Keeps it all even. Never mind.
Ooh.
Faulty. Killerman goes down. This is a pretty slow approach attack, though, from Circular Spheres, and I tell you what, it doesn't leave me with much hope for the remainder of this half. If this is the way that they're going to attack, it's a slow burn.
They didn't have Saved,
Well, you can't put it all on just one player, my goodness.
Well, we all put it on Davey, and he didn't perform, and we saw what happened there.
It's true.
Maybe it's just the one-man show on both sides, I don't know.
Japer top waiting as they clear out the castle barricade. Salma shot, no. Oh, there's a down, actually, on to Davey. I don't think that would be known, though, for CS. Japer. Waits in waiting. Still got that bulletproof Kramer as well inside at 90. Oh, how did that not land on the Japer? Physics down, by the way, so this is going to be a 1vx now for Japer. 3, I guess, since I doubt Dave's going to get brought back up. 50 seconds remaining in the round. Japer could go for the revive if he can make it across safely. Slowly but surely does make his way over. Has picked up the diffuser in the meantime. Davey's still bleeding out. So It will be a 2v3. Physics low.
Physics able to find one, but immediately traded, and Japer can't play offset trade. So left on an island to
Bulletproof
push down
camera.
this hallway position. Does tag one.
Here we go. Lock it in for a comeback from Prodigy. I'm expecting it now. I have that
come
feeling.
on.
No, I've got that feeling.
Ugh. When you have a feeling, it's normally wrong, so... It's GG. Although, ironically, remember when I called GG for Circular Spheres earlier on in the stage and they went on to lose? Who was that against? It was Nighthaven Labs, right? I might bring up that little fun fact.
I don't think my memory is that good as we go to Vent and Workshop now into the 8th round. Save.
Oh, it was the same play day as the Prodigy GG match. Nighthaven Labs, they lost 7-8 to Supernova. They also won defense OT and still lost. So there's, I mean, if you want to stretch it, there is some precedent.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me one bit.
Jeez, it must take a lot to surprise you then.
I've seen too much in my time.
To be fair, that last round, first death for CS, saved.
Yeah, but that's honestly 3 rounds in a row now that Prodigy have got the opening kill. I mean, the tide is somewhat turning just a little bit.
10 seconds remaining.
And the repick here, so he jumps off the Finker LMG, which he's been crutching throughout the stage. It's been effective, so maybe crutch is too negative of a connotation, but
Attackers objective.
onto the striker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess brings Tin Can, secondary hard breach, and he also has secondary EMP.
I mean, it could be used to like lurk into his own position through detention, right? I'm assuming that's what he'll do. Droning it currently. Go for a bit of a horizontal squeeze from this corner of the map. Might be able to find an opening in through customs, of course. And he can be pretty self-sufficient. I think that's probably the thing that makes Save so deadly as well, is he's not relying on anyone else to do the droning for him. The rest of the team can go look for map control. And he can be, yeah, again, self-proficient. Util clear elsewhere, the IQ counter into the Valk, it's really nice. So we'll see if CS can cook up a potential map point round here. Ooh.
Just wonder if the pacing though, CS felt like their pacing was so fast on defense, which is surprising yet slowing it down somewhat here on the attack. Just feels like it's maybe giving Prodigy a little bit more of a foothold in these rounds.
Shock drones into the Fenrir.
I mean, at this point as well for Prodigy, because you're 5-0 down, so it's 5-0. You don't have much to lose at that point. You know that the other team's got everything to lose from that position. Save for the opening kill on to Dave. Revenge for the last round. I mean, Neptune knows he's deep here inside of Archives, or you thought he would knew, and he does know. Mackenzie will go to the grave. 3
what is
inside
this?
of Armory. 1 will peek, 1 will then shoot through the soft wall. So Bake and Faulty, contact from Bake over towards Server.
No, he's trapped.
Comes off second best against Save. No,
Ooh.
wins the battle, and Save will go down, and suddenly the round a little bit more lively. Never mind. As soon as he pushes back in towards Server, JP gets the kill. Leaves Faulty by himself inside of Armory. This will be a Circular Spheres round, surely. Physics shot in the back on the way out with the diffuser. They know they can go plant. They know where Faulty is, and he can't do much to deny said plant. Yellow ping, information. Faulty can't play off it, though. Is trying hard as he can to find this kill onto Japer inside a fountain. Now red ping, spray, no. Japer's better, Circular Spheres are better, and they get themselves match map point.
Yeah, really clean round there from the attack. We saw Circular Spheres make Border feel even more claustrophobic than it naturally is. We saw Mackenzie trapped in a corner. We see 3 players stacked within arm's reach top 4. Then below, again, Bake trapped in a corner, and he won that fight out, but then was in a good tradable position to be excluded from any more fights over the course of that round. And then a 1v3, it looked clinical again from CS, and what was that off the back of?
If he kills
Saved.
Physics there, that's Kit down outside on the balcony in a 1v2. That would have been a little bit awkward.
Yeah,
Would have been just a little bit awkward. Match point, 6-2 lead. So,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
is there any world in which Prodigy can win 4 defensive rounds in a row? From this position, sure, looks mighty tough.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
So Bathroom and Tellers now. The first of many map points. Skyscraper to follow after this, which will be the map pick of Circular Spheres.
I mean, talk about polar opposite maps, right? Border is
Yeah.
the classic cube, close quarters, a lot of lurk below first floor.
I mean, is there a world in which, you know, sometimes we've done enough of these best of threes now where they're still each other's map pick.
5 seconds left.
I mean, potentially.
I just don't feel like the Blitz is going to be that impactful on Skyscraper.
Objective is
Yeah, no, it won't be.
defuse the bomb.
Monty is definitely going to be much more favorable on that map. The structured nature, though, you would typically think would favor Prodigy, but again, with Save just playing Disrupt, I think he can still achieve that on Skyscraper, despite it being that, you know, sort of two-lane choke map.
Killerman on the Blitz. Doing his best Dave impression.
Finker back in play as well, so the LMG will be raining terror throughout the server. The IQ pick will persist as well, again into the Valk, and will also counter the Solace as well. Aggressive through security.
Yeah, I'm hoping to maybe catch someone before they could, you know, if they're playing the hatch. Bulletproof camera over on 90. Killerman's got to make sure, though, that he pushes with his team, doesn't just overtly go forward by himself. What an angle from Save. 17-4 now as he finds to get another opening kill. That will be his 4th opening kill.
Do you reckon he gets the 20 bomb? It's going to take a big effort.
Well, it's possible. Adrenal Surge activated by Saved, and now allows the push through Killerman into officers. That's a wildly random Nitrocell from Dave. Bake gets a kill onto Killerman. Where's Saved? To try and find 18, 19, and 20. He'll need 3 out of the 4 players remaining alive for Prodigy if they are to do it in this round.
Yeah, Mackenzie there over towards that office window, almost getting trapped in a corner again, but good support down below and some good team play on offer here from the defense.
Mackenzie
under a lot of pressure
dead.
though now.
Drop the bomb.
Cross was held. 3 versus 3.
Well, the 20 bomb's dead if they win this round. It's down to just Strippin and Davey. Dave on site. Drone up above. 1 minute remaining here. CS, oh, saved. I mean, talk about a statement. Davey, though, long-range shot does get the trade.
Okay.
Attackers
Winnable.
recovered the diffuser.
Yeah, certainly winnable, but a lot of time here for Neptune and Japer to not mess this up, you would hope. They have the diffuser, and Neptune has 2 drones that he can manage.
Prodigy with a decent amount of info as well. But I don't think they have a read over towards waiting.
Again,
Oh, they do have BPC and waiting.
drone active now by Neptune. He's in bathroom with said drone at the moment. It's coming all the way around. Oh! He just stops short of droning out Dave's position. 20 seconds remaining, and Dave could swing here very quickly, but he loses the battle to Neptune, and with that, they lose the map. Circular Spheres take border in a storming fashion, 7-2. The save show was incredible.
Yeah, look, I don't really have too much more to add on to that call. Saved, leading the charge. He was touted on the desk as being a massive win condition here. And unfortunately for Prodigy, they were just unable to tame him on either half. And the only thing that got in between him and the 20 bomb, Jake, was the fact that they smashed them by so much.
Absolutely. What a great game from Saved, and his teammate Circular Spheres far too good on border, stealing the map pick away from Prodigy, who will now have to do the same on Skyscraper.
We said going into this one, Vinny, that the win condition for Prodigy was their attack. And if it wasn't going to be their attack, they had to do something on defense. Unfortunately, we just don't see anything on attack or on defense.
I don't even know how to analyze this game. This was, I was expecting big things from Circular Spheres going on to their defensive side first. I thought, yep, they must have some idea about how to counter these shields. And, well, I guess the counter was just kill everyone else first, and then the shield is kind of useless. So Saves ran around with Goyo ACOG, as he has for most of this stage, and literally just ripped the whole game apart.
Yep. It's a little unfortunate. I think the second and third round, Davey was like one of the first two to go down as well. So just completely puts them on an island. It's very clear. I mean, I don't want to say it without maybe getting your back up here, but is it clear that that win condition is entirely based on that shield?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot their attacks are very one-dimensional. Obviously, we've said how great it is that they refrag behind the shield and they seem like they're a massive death ball that just kind of goes in and clears and takes map control. The problem is all the attack is coming from one place.
Yeah.
And what that does is it means that the other team is able to just hold these power positions and just wait, realistically. Obviously, Saved is just running around headshotting people through walls, as he does. And yeah, the shields are great. And I think Blitz is probably a little easier to counter because of his ability to die a little bit easier than Monty.
Yeah.
So as we saw there, specifically in that scenario, he doesn't have as much pressure on parts of the map. We saw against GG that Prodigy were able to take that armory hallway control, the outside hallway control, and from there they were able to really put pressure on that security room. But in this case, they really needed to kind of go to different avenues. So we saw the buck below. We saw more of a loose sort of clear, and what that led to was Saved running around and killing them because, again, if you take 50-50s with him, he comes out on top every single time.
You give your ones, and they go his way every single time. In fact, there's only one opening engagement in which he lost. Just to make sure that my stat does back that up. It does indeed. 213 EPS. Holy shit.
That's got to be the highest. Is that the highest this stage?
This stage, yes. I think last stage we saw like a 256 from like Wettables or someone like that, but that is by far the highest that I can recollect. A 19.5 KD in 9 rounds. Just understand that. 9 rounds is all that was played. We were talking about Jigsaw's 26 bomb on map 1 of the APAC Cup qualifiers yesterday, going, oh my god, unbelievable. What the hell? Mate, you've just done it in a best of 3, in the very first map of the best of 3 in 9 rounds. Like, this guy is the win condition.
And that included the opening death on their first attack. So realistically, if he hadn't been the opening death and he had played out most of the round, he probably would have got another 2 or 3 kills. In his form, he might have aced, who knows.
Ugh.
So he very easily could have got over 20 kills in, 9 rounds.
Ugh, brother, that is messed up. I don't want to throw the break on that, but I kind of want to. So let's go to a break, and on the other side, map 2 of the quarterfinals.
When the countdown reaches 0, it's just there to keep you on your toes. You never know when we're actually going to come back. Prodigy and Circular Spheres here in the quarterfinal. Well, the first map was indeed a play. Sorry.
Come on, keep composure, mate. This is an important quarterfinal.
It was a very, very quick game, wasn't it, guys? 7-2 for
It was.
Circular
I mean,
Spheres.
we commented on it at the time. The halfway point of that match, the halftime break, was incredibly early on in the piece. That's just how crazy the pacing was of that game. It did not drag by the heels.
How much do you want to bet it's a clash ban?
$1 million.
$1 million. All right, cool. Pay up. I mean, it was.
I agreed with you. Why would I have to pay up?
Yeah, true.
Come on.
What's the last ban? Quick. Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valk.
Oh,
Oh, it's the saved ban.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I didn't expect it, but after the last map,
I
it's
mean, Goya's
probably
really good on Skyscraper as well. So, I mean, I think
True,
that's just,
yeah.
it's like a doubly good ban. Well done. Prodigy onto the defense first, so I don't think they're going to have as many problems on defense Skyscraper as they did on Border, although they also played defense first half and got kind of ripped to shreds, so I don't even know anymore. T-Ram and Karaoke, Circular Spheres picked this map, and for good reason, guys. As we know, they were always going to ban out the Montang and the Clash, both of which are very strong in the right hands on a map like Skyscraper, but more importantly, the Blitz isn't really that great on Skyscraper, or at least that's kind of the assumption.
Yeah, typically. I mean, we'll obviously bring this point probably up again when CS transition over towards defense, but with that Goyo banned out, the anticipation being that Sage will jump either onto the Frost, that's his second most played defensive operator, because you get the ACOG. I think you get the ACOG still. You can get some form of magnified scope. And Mira, so Vector as well, which is his weapon of choice.
10 seconds to
Both could be impactful, depending on which one you prefer. Probably the Mirror.
5 seconds left.
Depends on the site.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
So let's get underway. Second map for what is our second quarterfinal. If you're just tuning in, you want a bit of an update regarding today's play. Our first quarterfinal was a pretty good one. 7-5, 7-5, 7-5. That's right, a 3-mapper between Outlast and Antic, with Outlast taking the win. And Antic will find themselves playing in the 5th place match tomorrow, of which they will be playing the loser of this. The winner of this will get the fortune or, well, displeasure of playing Gaming Gladiators tomorrow in a semi-final. Of course, tomorrow, our triple header. As Faulty gets off to the perfect start. Opening kill and onto Saved, the hero of Border. Oh, that's a wonderful shot. So double down from Faulty, successful. The roam over towards Bar has been great. In fact, so much so,
Okay.
he will find 3 kills, and that will all but win the round, you would imagine, for Prodigy.
I mean, does this continue to trend towards a match where it's hero play after hero play? Definitely be the case. But great start for Faulty, who back on Border finished up 5-8, trailing Bake. And this is, yeah, I mean, at this point, pretty much a nothing round, really.
I mean, is that the right? I mean, that's the way that honestly Prodigy are going to have to play, though. They're going to have to be aggressive on defense. They've got to look to try and meet the aggression of Circular Spheres.
Well, they couldn't match it with team play on the last map, so they can either try to double down to do that here on Sky or aggress.
I mean, you have the yellow ping intel. And Physics on the rappel. Not really in a rush. But if Faulty wants, and if Trippin wants, they could go for the run out. No need those. They play, well, the team play aspect here, even in a 1v5, respecting the fact that they don't want to just throw bodies outside on the balcony. And you can see Physics talking a little bit.
Oh, they're actually using this unofficial tactical timeout correctly. That so many teams don't do it.
Talk things over, how you want to play, how you want to enter, the way that Prodigy maybe played this opening round. You could, yeah, absolutely use the solid minute to minute and a half. that he's had. Talk things over, utilize the time.
Probably discuss entry routes and stuff as well.
Yep.
Like where they want to send saved and how they're going to work around that.
Is Faulty going to be aggressive? Things like Bard, you have to be ready for these kind of roams. If Prodigy are going to be playing super aggressive, we need to think about what we want to bring. So credit to Physics. I mean, I don't know what he's obviously saying, but he's been doing a lot of talking.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Opening round for Prodigy. One very much because Faulty gets a 3K to begin over towards Bar. And a good response here on Skyscraper to begin after what was honestly a pretty poor performance from Prodigy. It was a 5-0 start on Border. Ended up finishing 7-2.
He just got completely...
Yeah, Saved is just running around there. He's just probably a little too aggressive.
I don't know if that was maybe a bad call or there's a drone blind spot that allowed that to take place, because I'm assuming that the drones would have been positioned in such a way that he should know if it's clear or not, and that would dictate the entry point. Maybe again, that's probably something they discussed during that latter half of the round when it was orbit over. But yeah, good start for Faulty. Only able to win one opening duel back on Border, and ironically, that was actually a round that they didn't go on to win. The only 2 rounds back on Border where the entry was not converted was off the back of a Prodigy entry.
Camera feed
up and running.
Interestingly as well, we talk about the pacing of that Border match. The slowest entry kill came with a minute 29 on the clock. The average was up around that 2-minute mark. Expect on Skyscraper for that to probably not be the case. But again, a lot of that's going to be dictated by the entry pacing here of the attack. That last entry came at 2:23 on the clock. But Saved will play a little bit more reserved this time.
I think he's definitely aware of the fact, though, that Prodigy are being a little bit more aggressive here on Skyscraper. So the way he's holding this angle on the rappel, expecting someone to maybe peek off the information. Going to open up makeup. There's horizontal clear across from Tyrion Karaoke towards Office and Exhibition. Save with the drone through, does spot one in Drum. Got tripping on the Mez as well. Don't know if his position necessarily did get drone. It's kind of a triple stack over on this side, so very aggressive from Prodigy.
I mean, they love their triple stacks. They did it on Border as well, quite a few times. So heavy investment around this mirror window position. And you can see on the overview now that it has dispersed a little bit defensively for Prodigy. Circular Sphere's looking to chip away at this ground. Mackenzie, though, finds the first. Nitro goes astray and won't find a double.
Below. Must have had some kind of ankle.
Well, it's 5 Nitros in the lineup and still 4 left. So it's not the end of the world.
90 seconds left. Another opening kill for Prodigy, and so far, so good. Early days, 2 rounds in, but clearly there's some control from the defense, and Prodigy lacked all control on Border. Mistron to the left side, so Mackenzie's position not known. Even if it was a Rotero, that's still information that they could have been provided over had they checked it left. Tripping very low. Just holding their positions. I mean, Prodigy's just look in control right now on defense, not really offering much to Circular Spheres. That's really causing some frustration to CS.
Attackers have located by attack.
I mean, nothing's working. Saved 0 and 2 to begin here on Skyscraper. Neptune slow, making his way up house stairs. He got caught anyway, still below. And this has now been 2 attacks in a row that have been quite dismal for Circular Spheres. All of that momentum from Border seemingly is already evaporated early on Skyscraper. This is a great start for Prodigy. Physics, though, headshots clean, but the numbers prevail, always. 1v3 with 10 seconds left, and Physics runs out of time. 2-0 start. Admittedly, of course, it is defense Skyscraper does, but it's a really good sign for this team because of how badly they got beaten on their map of Border. They've started well here on Skyscraper.
Bomb located by a drone.
Yeah, I think the first couple of rounds here just exposing the dramatic shift in dynamic from a border to a skyscraper, where we've gone from that chaos where it's a far easier to snowball rounds and there's more opportunities to make non-linear plays, whereas here on skyscraper we're seeing, at least in that last round, a good example where the two-lane choke is just proving very difficult to break down. We didn't see the main breach open at all. That exothermic only used outside on Geesh into that drum angle. And so there's a real lack of pressure on the backline there for the defense. And a 5 Nitro lineup, and we didn't even see success on like a house stair sneak or just any kind of wildcard play that may have been enough to find a multi and get them back into the round. So that was just so an interesting dynamic into this series. It's weird when you look, like map selection, it doesn't feel like, this isn't screaming to me, certainly not this at this point in the match, as being a CS comfort map, but plenty of time to bring it around. And the reality is they only need 2 on attack.
I don't think it's a CS comfort map. I think it's more so the idea of taking Prodigy to a map in which the blitz is not going to be effective. You're going to ban out the Montang and the Clash. So you're forcing Prodigy onto a map in which they have to play, in terms of operator selection, maybe the way they don't typically want to play.
I think they're backing themselves in to win these tertiary sites, win the 2, and then lock it out defensively.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is not an outlandish strategy on Skyscraper.
Well, Rob and Vinny have seen enough. They think this is going to 3 maps as they go upstairs and go and have themselves a Kool-Aid. Bolty, another opening kill. This one on to Killerman, 0 and 3. And I'm telling you, I said I've got that feeling coming into Skyscraper, and I feel a little bit vindicated at the moment. Neptune just sends it in towards Exhibition.
Bomb located by attackers.
Nothing is just going their way. They don't have any kind of like, I don't even know how to articulate it right.
I think it's
not
pressure.
even, I mean, they certainly don't have pressure, but even a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Where's the flowing fun that we saw on border, moving around, clearing everything, fast pace, fast pace. I know it's Skyscraper, and that kind of goes back to your question regarding the map selection. This just does not feel like a CS kind of map, and it's not playing that way. Maybe they've overcooked their own strategy. Maybe they didn't stop to think about how do we play on this map, let alone how the opponent does.
Yeah, a long way to go, but again, these tertiary sites are of importance for the attack and accumulating a buffer before that second half comes around, which it will rather quickly. So the 2 lanes stall out again here in this transition. The lines are being held. There's no additional real point of pressure unless somebody can unlock something through maybe like a delivery push. We saw Save attempt that, but
Nah, this is not looking good.
Save has to push through here and just apply pressure.
I mean, these rounds have just been completely uncompetitive, and that's kind of the issue here that I want to really double down on, Guz, is the fact that you can lose rounds, especially a Skyscraper attack, no doubt. I'm not sitting here saying that this is an attacker side of map, not a chance. Firstly, though, this is a tertiary. And secondly, none of these rounds have been competitive from Circular Spheres. So these have been pretty one-sided. I mean, at this point, Save's in a 1v4. He gets himself a free kill onto Dave. Kind of just takes a 50-50 guess as to maybe where he's going to be coming from. Has to go and, of course, retrieve the diffuser.
Is it time to take an official tack after this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's at the middle point of the half. You need to get a couple of these attacking rounds. I'd just take a timeout and talk things over. Try and find a way. I don't know how they would be able to do it, but find a way to pick the pace up. They just seem so stalled out, so sluggish and slow. And it's playing into the hands of Prodigy, who aren't really, like, you think about it from Prodigy's perspective. Are they running around? Are they over-peaking? Are they going for spawn peaks? Are they, having these super long holds across? No. They're just playing power positions. They're playing sight. They're playing angles, and that's it. And CS just can't deal with that. They can't deal with them because back on border, Prodigy were forced to be running around the map. And that's exactly what CS wanted.
Yeah, CS continue to go for linear attacks. And what I mean by that is they pretty much do, in most cases, like a 2-3 or a 2-2 split with one lurk in those 2-lane positions, and they're just trying to take head-on gunfights. We need to see a little bit more pinch pressure, whether that be from hard breach or lurk potential, players actually getting in playmaking positions and not getting stalled out. I mean, Save just sitting in delivery for the majority of the round and unable to get a whole lot done. The hard breach has been lacking in a couple of positions as well. They're not dislodging this defense, and as you mentioned, they're just chilling in the back line. Prodigy are not, in my eyes at least, what we've kind of seen from the overhead, playing anything crazy. Not composition-wise, they're not positionally doing anything wild. I think the most we've seen is like a T extension with a mirror. Then that's not really pushing the envelope in terms of aggression for defense on Sky. So hopefully Circular Sphere has been able to just reset a little bit here over that tactical timeout and try to find new avenues, because they've been incredibly one-sided rounds. The win conditions are not presenting themselves because they're not working the map hard enough for them to become available.
7-1 from Faulty. He has been outstanding. 2 opening kills from the 3 rounds. And a massive shout out to Prodigy for the way that they've handled so far Skyscraper. At no point have they looked, upset with the first map, and it's a good testament to their character as a team that they've been able to just bounce back so quickly, so cleanly. Of course, as we know, Skyscraper can certainly lend itself to be in favor of the defense, but it's the nature of the rounds that's concerning, and you could probably take that hallmark back over to Border. It's one thing to lose a couple of rounds, but it was the way in which CS were winning those rounds and Save doing whatever he wanted, and that was what was so concerning and alarming for Prodigy, and it ended up being their downfall, hence why they lost 7-2. I'm getting a very similar sense here on Skyscraper. Cafe could be on the cards.
Entry's been really important in this match. In the first 3 rounds, it's gone the way of Prodigy, and they have converted. Killerman has died first in the last 2 rounds. Has a big role on the IQQ here to
Faulty,
counter
another
the
opening kill.
Valk.
That's 3 out of 4 rounds. Faulty is having an immense game right now.
Yeah, that's massive.
Hard breach, one of them done.
Yep. I mean, there's really nobody in this lineup from the attack that you want to forfeit first, but
this-
especially hard breach.
This is GG go next. This is actually GG go next. They are getting absolutely destroyed right now by Prodigy.
Not yet. It has to be a 5-1. You have to 5-1 this half. And even then, I mean, a 5-1 can be recovered as well. But I will agree that the dominance of these rounds is
This is just terrifying.
concerning and surprising.
Logic Bomb rings out from Save, but I mean, I'm not going to lie, I just don't see the comeback potential in these rounds for Circular Spheres. Their attacks are just so slow, stalled out. They don't have the same vibrance that they had back on Border. It honestly, to me, just looks like we got the map heroes wrong in terms of who picked what.
Yeah.
Of course, not the case. Head peek. Surprise Bake actually just didn't rip his head straight off there. Entry in towards Drum from Saved.
And I mean, the peel defense here has been really clean from
Yeah.
Prodigy. They're not forcing positions. They're happy to just fall back, 5v3, not forcing anything. And they're just not giving any freebies, which is the perfect way to play Skyscraper defense.
I mean, look at this, and you're just forcing it in now at this point. Neptune had to. No chance to go forward, though, because of the goo mine. Nitrocell from Trippin in response. Because they got the numbers, they can afford to lose a player in Geisha and then play the Nitrocell. Yeah, I mean, Saved and Physic have a combined 27 HP. Second and final Logic Bomb.
Oh,
It
you would've
was,
seen
so
it.
you just saw it, and there's again another opportunity. You've already lost Physics, though. Good headshot from Saved. But a disaster of a half has confronted Circular Spheres for Prodigy, though. It is an immaculate response to what was a disaster on Border. 4-0 for Prodigy Esports. And they've certainly got Cafe in their sights.
Yeah, it's all about now just confirming this primary site. 5-1 lead, all but confirming the match. But a 4-2 would still leave the door slightly ajar, operating under the assumption that Circular Spheres can perform a bit of magic defensively. But they've already burnt their tactical timeout. They haven't been able to reap the benefits of that. And to be frank, it didn't really look like their game style changed at all in that round. So not sure what was discussed, if that actually translated into the round, but certainly unsuccessful. Whereas Prodigy just continue to keep their head down. And as you mentioned before, a testament to their character bouncing back from a very disappointing Border. And they have just brought a really rock-solid defense here into Skyscraper, where, as mentioned previously, they're giving away very little map control for free, but equally they're willing to forfeit it when they sense that there's a lot of pressure and danger. And they're also not giving away free picks. They're not enabling Circular Spheres to run around the map freely, which is incredibly an incredible way to play, especially considering how they didn't work out from the back on border.
It's also the kind of map, though. If you're playing defense and you're getting 4 out of 4 opening kills defense Skyscraper, you're going to win the majority of the rounds. I mean, that's just the way that this map kind of plays out. That peel back defense. Think of like Oregon Basement, where you get that pick, go play defense. Go play basement. Same with something like a Clubhouse. Get the pick, go play basement. And Skyscraper kind of has that effect throughout the entire map. 4 kills to open up the round in a row for Prodigy. Faulty with 3 of them. Mackenzie with the 4th. Keep an eye on Faulty because, well, he's been faultless here on this particular map. Circular Spheres are going to have to really turn this around from seemingly nowhere.
There is a drone here in delivery, so does need to be careful.
Faulty in a contact fight, taken down to half health. I think, I'm assuming, was saved.
Able to escape though, so decent result for both teams. Draper can now get to work with this skeleton key from down below as well, and Neptune can cover. There might Thatcher combination in play as well, so there shouldn't be too many issues in terms of hard breach outside of the run out threat, I suppose, but that's being held by Killerman currently. It is an open hold though on the breach with footholds, so that does just make things a little bit more complex. Nitro Cell here from Trippin could be quite impactful. Rips it. Exo is detonated and opened up, so that's a good point of pressure. That will now need to be monitored by the defense.
Well, certainly the slowest round that we've had so far in terms of engagement, proper engagement. Logic Bomb rings out from Sage with still 1 more in pocket for the final minute. But so far, it's been a pretty default attack from Circular Spheres. And again, Faulty with another opening kill. He's got 5. Sorry, make that 4. He might have 5 in the next round, but still.
Calm down.
Well, there's another kill, though. He goes 11 and 2. I don't know what else to tell you, guys. This one's looking over.
Yeah, I was ready to call it at 5-1, and frankly, at the moment, it's looking like a 6-0 could be on the cards here. What a turnaround in the series for Prodigy at the moment, as Faulty just continues to stack up these entry kills up to a total of 11. Plays no further part in this round though, but the rest of that backline able to step up to the mark.
Well, Killerman's 0 and 3 on the entries right now, and again, that's probably the way it's been going all season long. I mean, that is a liability. 30 opening engagements coming into this particular game, guys. You know, you're 0-3 on Skyscraper. I mean, I go and have a look at Border, but Border was the saved show.
He was pretty chill on Border, 5-5, 1 entry.
1-0, yeah.
I mean, it's nothing crazy, but saved us farming, so
but the issue is in a game, in a half, where it's just going against you, and you know, you're just getting abused by Faulty. It is concerning. But it is also very impressive with what we've seen from Prodigy. 5 in a row. Didn't see this coming. Did not see this coming at all. Nope. We haven't even seen a shield inside of this server for Skyscraper. We may not, to be honest.
I don't think we will.
Although, if they get this to 6-0, we maybe just see a fun blitz round to begin. Who knows? But
Blitz plant karaoke window or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think Circular Spheres are going to be very disappointed. How do you think Cafe is going to go?
Activating camera. 10 seconds left before insertion.
That's anyone's guess. I mean, Cafe is like a weird hybrid of the 2 maps we've had, right? Cube format. Doesn't have the 2-lane pressure, but it does have a little bit more structure on offer than Border, so I think it's best of both worlds, and we'll probably be in for a banging final map, which...
I tell you what, for Oceania, I think in seasons gone by, we usually just get 2-0s throughout most of the playoffs. For the quarterfinals to feature a cutthroat 7-5, 7-5, 7-5. And while Border was incredibly one-sided, the response from Prodigy has just been as one-sided here in the second map of this second quarterfinal. It's been a testament to the stage that we've seen such an improvement in the region. The competition has certainly risen. There are no freebies.
So Mav in play here should be a pretty effective tool in countering any bandit trick attempt from Davey. We'll see if they maybe net a kill. Oh, awkward. Oh, they don't get it.
Wow, yeah, nothing's going right for them, is it?
No.
Not getting the little battles to be won. Not getting a bit of fortune to go their way. That would have been a kill probably back on Border. And it's that snowball effect as well. You get that kill, then someone swings, trying to maybe refrag, and then they die, and then suddenly you've got 2 picks, and then you're in. Flashing towards Geisha. Davey low, but he too gets away.
I mean, that's their escape tool's been really great. It's that peel back where they're not getting caught for free. Even with Killerman holding this cross, he's been able to escape.
Bomb located by attackers. Attackers have dropped the bomb.
It's another
Wow.
opening kill onto Killerman.
That's really unlucky.
0 and 6. Mackenzie to also then find a second, Baker third, and we're looking at a 6-0 scoreline unless Saved and Japer can combine for something very special in this 6th and final round of the half. Diffuser not in hand, pushes upstairs. He's just praying, absolutely praying someone walks into his scope. Indeed, that does end up happening. Faulty down the hallway. Adrenal Surge activated, saved with the LMG, got 2, couldn't find a third, 3 though for Mackenzie. And Japer needs to find the last 2 players if Circular Spheres are to find an attacking round here in the half. This is their map pick, and they will have to rethink in future the decision to go to a map such as this.
Well, an opportunity here still maybe for Japer, but BPC, I think, on offer, so his position is known. Will be relayed that he's rotated towards delivery off the back of the F-Not, and with 30 seconds on the board, Japer will need a miracle.
30 seconds, as he said, it's not a lot of time remaining. He's just hoping someone will go for a flank, watching him behind. One's gone up above, though, and that's going to be Mackenzie. Japer to stick the plant. Will this get denied? Yeah, easily. 6-0. Well, no over celebrations for Prodigy. Job not done. There's a whole nother map after this. But Skyscraper very much feels over. Jeez. I mean, I actually would have, if you had said to me at this point it's 6-0 on Skyscraper, I would have said, well, CS have just dominated them. Like,
You're a wizard if you predicted this.
when a team does what they do on a map like Border 7-2, then they go into their own map pick, and then there's a 6-0 scoreline. Out of the 50-50 guess, your guess will always probably go the way of CS. For this to have transpired, you guys aren't ready for this. 8-6 is Japer.
At least they're memeing it.
At least they're having some fun. That's all you can probably
mean,
do at this point.
It's just a case of go next at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. I think I said GG go next at 3-0.
I don't think that early.
It was similar. Yeah, I mean, that's rough. That is rough. On to the blitz, though, for Dave.
I mean, the question now will be going into the third map, do Circular Spheres have the resilience and the ability to mentally rebound that Prodigy have shown? Because this is an even more dominant performance than map 1. They've not looked competitive at all, and they need to pick themselves back up over that short break for the third map.
Is it a case that we've just seen the best of both worlds? So, like, the best of Saved, having a life game, amazing, running around, having fun on Border, nothing went right for Prodigy. And then also vice versa, like CS was absolutely slow on their attack, but also, it's attack Skyscraper. If they had started defense, we're probably looking at like a 4-2 half, and it's a whole different storyline. Sure, they fumbled the bag, don't get it twisted, but it's not like they lost, I don't know, it's not like they lost 6 defensive rounds on Skyscraper. They just couldn't attack.
Yeah.
And I think it's also just the nature of the map, and maybe they just had a little bit of an overthink with like, oh, we'll take them to a map they can't play the blitz that well, or at least not as well, and we can counter it. Maybe not stopping to think how they themselves would play this very map on the attack. Because honestly, all they probably needed was like 2 attacking rounds. Neptune with the opening kill on to Faulty. It will not surprise me if they go and get like, bring this to like 7-4, you know.
Yeah, it could be a drawn out conclusion. But we don't get excited until...
all
I
it-
think we agree not to get excited until 6-4.
Yeah.
I'm not too excited.
Well, all it takes for Prodigy is one round from here. Just have to get lucky, really, even at any point in the next 6 attempts, which is very likely statistically, especially on the tertiary side. So, yeah, no reason to get any semblance of excitement. Dave running around. It was the Frost, by the way, but for Japer. So 90 seconds left here in this round. It is shaping up for a Circular Spheres win. They won't get 7-0'd if they can continue in this path. Do we see Dave on the blitz every single round, though?
I mean, it helped for a little bit of map clear in this round, but it's kind of been over for the majority of the round anyway, so kind of hard to break it down. From this point, if Geisha still locked, this is going to be so challenging. There's also double nitro pressure onto the shield as well. Davey's going to have to pull out something special to break this drum cross.
Killerman still has an EDD, by the way.
Very observant of you. Oh, there was the nitro onto the shield. Right on cue. Hello. Oh.
And goodbye to Mackenzie. Flawless from Circular Spheres. Well, they said they will bring this back 8-6. 7 to go.
Well, they're smiling. So spirits are high. That's good to see. And it's very much a case now for the remainder of however long this half continues about just throwing what they've got inside the server. If it doesn't land, well, you already dug your grave in the first half, so there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exhibition offers up next. 6-2 rather likely. Tertiary, though, will probably be the straw that breaks the camel's back, you would assume. Over to Kitchen for the round after this, presuming they are able to lock down this site.
On a rare sight, it will be no shield for Dave on the attack. Shocker.
Isn't that backed up by the numbers? Let me have a very
Attackers
quick
need
look.
to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah. So I'm looking at his 3 favored attacking operators for Davey. The Blitz at 20 rounds. The Monty at 12 rounds. The Habana at 3 rounds. So
Where's the thermite?
it is an oddity. I don't know. I've only got the top 3, as I said.
Right.
Thermite is the second highest for Faulty.
It's 2 or under, so.
Yeah. Well, Faulty's played Ace 31 times and Thermite twice.
I mean, there is still every world in which he swaps off this and still goes to Blitz. I doubt it.
5 seconds
Oh,
left.
okay. So
So Frostmat hidden.
the Geisha hold there, the reason they're opening up that wall is so they can't Thermite trick the wall. We did see that trick employed in the first half from Circular Spheres. And so they will need to invest that Thatcher EMP for the mid jammer. And it's not going to pose the biggest threat with the Thatcher available, but still a nice trick.
Decent trade from Mackenzie.
Yeah, he baited it. Pretty predictable. I feel like Save does that pretty frequently, so that's a good read.
Does get the kill, though. It's not a bad kill. I mean, you get rid of the Nomad, no air jabs.
Bomb
I will say you
located by
lose the
attackers.
flank watch ability. The ARX is still very strong, and the Ash is not going to counter a mirror, so those explosives may not be that impactful. I guess there's a deployable shield from Japer there. See how they deal with the drum wall. EMP cooked, and so the trick not required. Able to make pretty easy work of that. No bandit being brought to actively trick that wall. And drum is not going to be aggressively held.
Well, Circular Spheres certainly not just going through the formalities. They wholeheartedly believe they can bring this back, and
Attackers have dropped the bomb
it's not
diffuser.
this round that matters as much as probably then the next one. You win the tertiary site, and that's when the excitement levels even start to register any kind of input.
When it registers!
That is an obscure reference.
Nah, someone's got to know that. Yeah, it would be big, and then actually apply some pretty serious pressure onto Prodigy. But they're still in with a shot here in this round, rotation across, so we are going to see the pinch with Hard Breach, and this is kind of what we lacked from CS in the first half.
Oh,
Minute to go, so they have a lot of time to work with here. Oh, and the dislodge onto Killerman. Aggressive over towards that Samurai window, punished. Exothermic will not get opened up. There's no EMP left. So that could prove costly if the rest of this defense can play the backline.
Can they get him back up? Is there a chance? Is there time?
Oh, timing.
Trippin losing the battle against Physics. Oh, headshot potential. Converted onto Faulty, then from behind. Oh, incredibly well played from Physics. Killerman eventually did get brought back up, and he then gets the final kill of the round. So 2 in a row for Circular Spheres. So far, it's 8 straight for defense.
They had a chance there. They had a very serious chance to be able to win that out. Unfortunately, that exothermic not opening up the wall actually proved quite costly in the end. It was a nice trade off the bat from Prodigy, but then Physics able to hold down the line here in VIP. And good presence of mind. Quick switch onto the shotgun to prevent the trade.
Is this a case, though, for Circular Spheres where you just be kicking yourself? Because I'm going to be honest, I think 2 attacking rounds and they win this.
I think 5-1 probably could have been enough. It could have been like a phase W7MS kind of moment, right, with the 5-1.
Like, if they had just got 2 attacking rounds, it'd be 4-4 right now. We'd probably say this one's just about done. Like, outside of the tertiary...
At least competitive, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, but you know what I mean in the sense that, like, Circular Spheres are in the driver's seat, pole position from there, like, they're in control. Whereas, as good as those 2 rounds were defensively, 1, now we go to the tertiary site, and then 2, even if they still win this, there's still 3 more chances for Prodigy. You would think at some point they will likely get, you know, an opening kill, just get a couple of lucky shots, open up the defense, and it's a 5-on-3, and then you go and win the round. It should happen at some point. There's no world in which this ends up being 6-6 with 12 defensive straight rounds won. I refuse to believe it. It's like you said, even that 1 round. We've seen that plenty of time before, you know, 5-1 into a 5-1, but yeah. They will commit once again with the blitz. It hasn't been completely awful. Last round, of course, not played, but well, here we go. This ends up being a big 3rd round. Do we see a tactical timeout if Prodigy lose this round? Just to talk things over, going for what would be into the second half of the second half. CS will know, though, this is a huge round. You win it, and suddenly there is every single chance in which you could bring this back. Also, if you lose it, then the opening 2 maps are 7-2, 7-2.
What's the Thatcher cooking up here? Because they don't have primary hard bridge. Is that an oversight? I don't know.
Either way, that's going to be an opening kill for Davey. Physics will go down. Never mind. Japer shoots Davey in the back. Sure, Physics is still down, but Japer will get the credit for the opening engagement. Timely one. But Killerman losing his battle against Bake, who gets a double. I think Bake just wanted to get the freebie onto Physics to finish him off, and Killer will fall. And suddenly the round, now well and truly a possibility to go Prodigy's way. They did have a Valcam over towards Geisha that had gotten some decent information.
I mean, it could be an information gap this round, right? They bring the Thatcher as opposed to IQ to counter Valcam. We're seeing these yellow things.
No nitro. Yeah. Can't play off of.
Good angle, though. Bad info.
Yeah, bad info. Oh, this is so risky. I feel like Save needs to be in a better position than just trying to play the vert. I'd rather him flanking. Oh, did he spot the head on the rappel? He needs to get out of that position. It's just so dirty. And elsewhere, up above, speaking of it, Japer and Neptune both get 1 apiece. And Saved actually has the intel.
I mean, the cam is still up in Geisha. You can see Physics was just on it a moment ago. So this has turned into a bit of a disaster for the attack.
It's in the top corner, I think, behind Trippin, unless he just shot it out. No, I don't think he has.
Yeah, I think he just got it.
Yeah, I think he just got it. Yeah, you can hear it fizzle off in the background. So 40 seconds left. Well played from Japer and Neptune to retake up above.
Oh,
4 flash. Clear. Oh, had to get the kill. He's just shooting wall at that point, and in the end, shot in the back of the head by Neptune. Save did lose his battle down below in Kitchen. Faulty makes an entry, but he knows he hasn't cleared up above. Can he find a position that's safe in the corner to get the plant, and then try and play the post plant in a 1v2? Certainly more winnable with that diffuser down. Red team. Oh, what a shot though! Japer losing the 1v1. Neptune to keep this map alive for Circular Spheres. This now becomes so increasingly difficult. He has no idea that Faulty has repositioned over to Sushi. He needs to play this rather quickly as well, so time of the essence, trying to just spray the wall, get a little bit lucky. Does he hard clear this properly? He will vault over, but he misses the shots, and we will go to Cafe!
Wow. Big moment there from Prodigy, a nail biter. They had lost that round. This could have been one hell of a comeback from CS, but not meant to be. And that disaster of a first half proving to be so costly.
Well, the first quarterfinal was 7-5, 7-5, and then 7-5. The second quarterfinal so far playing out as 7-2, 7-2. Will it be 7-2 on the third map as well, guys? We'll have to wait and see. For now, though, back over to the couch.
Yeah. Vinny, help me out here, mate. How do we go from a 7-2 game from Circular Spheres to a complete 6-0 on defense of Prodigy? Of all things for Prodigy to 6-0, defense on Skyscraper.
Yeah, in my professional analysis, whichever team defends first will win the map, maybe? No one knows how to attack.
Yeah, again, I don't like feeling vindicated when we make a comment about like attacks just really struggling, Vinny, but it has really just become such a prominent point, and I think it's maybe going to be even more compounded in best of threes.
And yeah, especially coming into Cafe next, which is a map that you can very easily punish very loose attacks, and that's what we've seen on both maps so far, and that's the reason that saved. And in this game, Faulty was able to have such a massive impact, because on these roams, on these lurks, against such loose attacks where people are by themselves, they're not being droned in, they don't have teammates that are refrag, you're just going to get picked off. Yeah. And not even so much good teams will really punish these things, but individually good players that probably play a lot of ranked or play a lot of individual sort of, you know,
What are you
siege.
calling them? What would you call them?
I'm not going to say the star word with the other word in front of it, but
What?
I will say...
Hang on, where are we going with that one?
Well, I better say it now, rank star.
Thank you very much. Glad we clarified that
I better
one.
say that one. Yeah, they're very good individually.
Yeah.
That's what I've just waffled on about for about
Appreciate
10
that.
minutes.
Yeah. You're
And
becoming one with the desk now.
yeah, I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, definitely. It starts to flip very quickly. Faulty, unbelievable game, 14-6. You know, really impactful in a lot of those opening duels as well. Just a quick stat: 6 of the opening engagements from the first half were all Prodigy. They won every single round. It flipped over to the second half, and then we saw Circular Spheres secure every single opening kill. Not the trend we thought we were going to see with saved on attack.
No, not really. But I will say that it seemed like they slipped into some very old habits. I think Killerman might have been 4 of those opening deaths, if I do recall correctly. And that is a sign of sort of what we saw towards the start to middle of the stage.
Yep.
Where Killerman was taking very aggressive gunfights very early, especially in a map like Skyscraper, where basically every window is almost a fight directly into the site straight away. And yeah, I think that had a big impact on their ability to attack. They were always a man down from when the attack started. A lot of those opening kills came within basically the first minute. So yeah, I mean, when you're a man down from the start of the round, especially a map like Skyscraper that's so large and requires a lot of droning and a lot of taking map control early, getting opening picked every single round is never going to help.
And just to double down on your point, 6 out of 9 opening kills were found within the first minute, and I think I can see 3 that were within the first 30 seconds.
Yep.
So we love that. But now we move across to Cafe, and I have just had confirmation. This is really important for this discussion. Prodigy start defense.
They win.
Oh, the analysis is unbelievable from us. You won't hear it anywhere else, folks. I do have some serious concerns just for both teams' attacks. They just don't, again, they don't feel pointed enough. And when they do feel pointed, they feel overcommitted to the point. And it's win or lose on one part of the attack, which is kind of scary when you start to run back what Cafe looks like and how complex that map is to attack. Like, it's not simple. You have to most rounds, even no matter where you are, is top floor down. Yeah. You have to, like, this was your game back in the day, the 20, 30 second meta. You had to clear teams properly. And it would take like 2.5 minutes just to get to the first floor. Do we think that this is going to be an issue?
We're not going to say that.
We're not. No, absolutely not. No, sorry. I mean the opposite. Are we going to see the opposite issue where maybe we're just trying to avoid doing a lot of the prep
I
work?
think so. I think we're going to see a lot of direct pushes, especially when Prodigy get to their attacks. I mean, with the shield up, I think we're going to see a lot of like straight bakery pushes. We're going to be seeing for the top
Gang,
floor,
gang.
sort of just pushing the shield through piano and taking over pixel control. I don't think we're going to see a lot of those top-down roam clears, 20-second executes.
Yep.
I mean, we saw even in that border game, even though Prodigy were losing most of their attacks, they were very quick rounds. They had definitely had a plan to kind of take over the round early and use that shield to take map control early. Cafe is a little bit different. It's a map that relies pretty heavily on vertical control as well.
Yes.
And playing shields on that is not a strength. Obviously, it's quite a weakness because that's basically the biggest weakness of the shield is like a C4 below.
Now, I will just kind of give this to you. We're pretty much ready for a break.
Mhm.
Of the 18 rounds, 15 have been converted from the opening kill. How critical would that be on Cafe?
Yeah, pretty important. I'll be interested to see how aggressive Prodigy play on their defense. Obviously, it's a map that you can spawn peek quite easily on, and it's historically been a bit of a spawn peaky kind of map.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to see that. From history, it doesn't look like they do that very often. They're not very aggressive on entry. But I do think there'll be more of a roaming game from them. So I think we'll see them try to occupy mid floor a lot more for top, and then mid floor for bottom floor as well.
Well, keep your eyes on it because it's going to be a fiery one. We head to Cafe for the final map this quarterfinal.
I still love you. I
So it comes down to Cafe, final map of the quarterfinals in the Oceania League. Prodigy, Circular Spheres to give us our 6th map of this evening. All 3 maps were required in quarterfinal number 1 and all 3 required here in quarterfinal number 2. Prodigy will begin on defense as they did on Skyscraper Guz, which they were immaculate, eventually winning 7-2. Of course, Border was the map pick of Prodigy, Skyscraper was the map pick of Circular Spheres, and in the end, they stole each other's picks as we now head to Cafe. The deciding map of this quarterfinal. You win, tomorrow you play Gaming Gladiators, and you lose, and tomorrow you play Antic in the 5th place match.
Monty Clash.
I would say the likelihood that we see a Clash ban is quite literally 100%.
Nothing in life is 100%.
This is 100%.
Maybe this is, yeah. Poor Davey. Do you reckon if Davey had his time over, they'd scrape into the top 6 and then maybe unleash the Monty then? Or is the only reason they're in the top 6 because they brought the Monty out initially? I don't know. Either way, teams are catching on.
Her ban won't save you.
Not wanting to deal with it.
Worked once, might work again.
To be fair, I think Prodigy more so won that match on their defense as opposed to attack.
It didn't, yeah, exactly.
So I don't know how impactful it really was, but...
Well, it's just the mental games, I think.
Yeah.
It's just the mental games.
And it just forces them onto something that isn't as comfortable of a pick.
So I posed the question to our wonderful observer, arguably top 3 observer in the world.
Oh!
I want to know your thoughts. Who wins this?
That's spicy from Nap, don't mind that. Match win prediction. This is one of the toughest I think we've had, right? Just because of the dynamic of how this series has played out. All 3 maps structurally are so different as well, so it's kind of difficult to transpose results going forward. Prodigy defense, Cafe, it should be somewhat comfortable for them. I think for me, the opening portion of this, the first rotation, the first 3 rounds, is going to be pretty indicative of where the series may lead. Back on Skyscraper, Circular Spheres had to rebound from a really disastrous... Prodigy had to rebound from a pretty disastrous map 1. Now the ball's in the court of CS. They have to do the same. Do they have that resilience about them? I don't know. I also wasn't sure if Prodigy would have resilience, so...
5 seconds left.
So you're on the fence, or are you going to lock one in?
Yeah, I'm dancing around. I
Attacker's objective is to defuse
I think I stick by Prodigy. I picked them going into this series, and for me, they've shown enough in terms of that fight back on Skyscraper to be able to do it again.
I'm just going to go Prodigy based off the way I think Cafe is going to play and flow as a map. I don't think it's going to follow Border as much. I think, if anything, it's going to somewhat emulate a little bit of Skyscraper. I think it's going to be quite difficult for Circular Spheres here on the attack to formulate these rounds. I wouldn't be surprised to see Prodigy win this half, like 5-1 or something, because Circular Spheres attacks on Skyscraper were quite poor. Cafe is not particularly always that easy. So reading and fireplace here, opening round of the final map for tonight's action for Oceania League. By the time we finish, though, I think EUL's not going to be too far away. It's actually been NAL into O's into EUL with how extended, of course, the NAL Grand Final today went forever.
Yep.
And it finished only a mere few hours before we started, and we're only going to finish a few mere hours before EUL. Killaman, well, that's one way to make an entry. He had a very, very poor Skyscraper one to forget, and he starts off Cafe with an opening kill on the attack.
A really nice start. Stack over towards shop. Minute 30 on the clock. Final Ash charge utilized by Neptune, presumably to deal with another mirror window deep. Saved, activated onto Bake. Able to create space through mining. And this is the kind of disruptive pattern that we saw absolutely none of back on Skyscraper. There's an opportunity for a little bit more of that here on Cafe. And Prodigy going forward will need to contain that. 60 seconds on the clock. Faulty thinks about contesting a bit of control up above, but now forced down into the line of sight of saved. He will double dip in this round, make it 3. 4th could be looming to his hard left, but he doesn't see him.
have recovered their diffuser.
Could still get the kill. They still haven't seen each other. Like, two ships passing one another in the night, I suppose. But this round, all but over. Killerman will go for the plan. He opened up the round, and he will essentially confirm it. The pitch to come through, and it is saved to get the kill. Back on that Finka LMG, and it serves him well.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong. I mean, the way that the Vert kind of played in that round, it seemed more similar to the border aspects of, like, Prodigy having to be moving around. I mean, that's probably like, on Skyscraper, you think about, like, how much movement there was from Prodigy, not a lot. Hold positions, hold angles, and that's just the way, you know, that pure defense. But whereas Cafe, you've got to get a little bit more actual map control, play the Vert first, you know, the floor elevations, and it's probably less relevant on Skyscraper. So yeah, immediately, it just kind of played into the hands. It felt like the first time in a while that Savage was actually just able to run around and actually get an opportunity to take some gunfights that weren't all about just clearing out a side or a position. So concerning, but it is only one round for Prodigy. Straight away to Kitchen now for the second round.
The location of a bomb.
Kitchen then for round number 2. And yeah, first round giving an inkling is to the firepower that Saved can, of course, offer inside of the server. We didn't really have an opportunity to showcase much of that back on Skyscraper, but here on Cafe, he can have impacts, and on a site like Bakery, he may be a useful tool for dislodging that Bakery extension. Can also be sent up above for map clear. Could post up outside Garage, but it looks like it'll spawn front.
Where's this going to end? Oh,
Or the camera.
It's going to end up physics, isn't it? Or Japer, maybe.
Go to Japer, go to Japer.
Oh, saved.
What's the nade?
What? Oh, no.
Oh, no, guys. What are we doing, Sky?
Drop the balls.
I mean,
what's going on? What is this? No. First half great, second half poor.
Actually, I think that was more on Nuttery. So
Was that nut?
Yeah.
That was not.
Sorry, this guy.
Okay, that explains it.
No, they've been really good tonight, the observers, I will actually say.
Yep.
Typically are, but...
Oh. Saved almost really good. Once again. Oh,
no.
He was really good. He might almost get a second one. Go on, Mackenzie, have a shot.
Well, you don't peek this, Mackenzie. You don't peek this.
There's the gas bay out, tries to peek behind it.
No, no, no.
The gas bay won't stop the bullets, and Saved somehow has refound the form from Border to begin here on Cafe. He has been electric to begin. Jaber to follow suit, and the defense that was so stalwart and strong on Skyscraper not to be seen so far on Cafe. Surely this is not going to be a case of, you know,
7-2, 7-2, 7-2.
we go to Cafe, all that work from Prodigy for naught, for nothing, for zip. Guys have not been able to fire a shot in the first 2 rounds. Flawless and concerning.
Oh boy.
Timeout already.
Whoa.
Timeout already.
God.
Ooh, brr.
How often do you see a TO after round 2?
Faulty's got some words.
Yeah, probably a lock the F in kind of moment.
Guys, come on, what are we doing? Do we want this or not?
Yeah.
We're just peeking. We're not playing the way we played on Skyscraper, which was team-orientated, playing positions, trading off each other. We're looking for picks. We're just playing into-saved.
Yeah, they need to reduce the number of isolated fights they're taking against Saved, because the reality is none of them are going to mechanically outgun him. It's been proven in this series that Saved, even from challenging positions, even from positions which, like, mathematically, like, from a theory standpoint, he's not really that favored, he's still winning out. So if you are taking fights onto him knowingly, there has to be some kind of trade potential or something being done elsewhere on the map to counteract that. Just taking straight ones against him, like front door, you're not achieving anything. You're not going to win those fights, and you're just going to.
And you're not playing the map. You're not playing the timer. Like you're losing out on actually a lot of the win conditions that you can have as a defense. You think about like how many times, especially in this region, which I would say one of the weaknesses of this region, and then there's quite a few, but one of them is time management. So if you're playing defense in OCE, like just force the opposing team to play the clock, to clear things out, to play the util game. If you're swinging front door, if you're taking these fights, essentially dry peaks, you're just giving Safe every chance to pop off.
I mean, it's really interesting to observe just the difference between Border and already Cafe compared to Skyscraper, where on Border and even to an extent Cafe at times, it's really difficult sometimes as the defense to deny map control from relative
That's
safety.
clean. Was that you, Sky? No, that was not.
He's getting upset.
That was good. That was good. No, well done. Very clean transition.
Yeah, denying map control on maps 1 and 3 is not as straightforward, whereas on Skyscraper, you just think about the nature of the map. You can't really get into the map for free at all at any point. I mean, even if you allow the attack to have a lot of control, which we did actually see in the end, that backline with the 2-lane structure is so difficult to get to. But we're already seeing here on Cafe just the amount of investment on the fringe of the map, and Prodigy have gotten 0 value from that so far.
I also feel like Clash is really good on Cafe in the hands of Dave. You can play some really good power positions. Kitchen can be so annoying to try and push through a Clash into, say, like Bake, for example. Even here, you can play it in towards, like, Shop, play at White Stairs. It can really maneuver around and block off a lot of entry positions. Not having that available, super frustrating for Dave and co, as Kenzie's honestly quite fortunate to keep his life.
I mean, those are the kinds of fights that Saved has been consistently winning in map 1 and 3. And he's already up to 7 kills.
Yeah. And you kind of just wonder, like, how was Skyscraper that bad, though? 4 circular spheres. Right. Like, I'm a little bit perplexed here. Just a little bit. Like, it feels like you could have just deleted Skyscraper. Just delete it. And
I'm operating under the assumption that CS win this match and we get the interview. I'd be so intrigued to know why they went to that map. Not that they'll probably want to reveal it, but...
Save the Pro say something like they just wanted him to get the best of 3 kill record and thought that we prolong it. Well, this round's not over. To be fair, they did get a good kill onto Physics. Diffuser in an awkward position, although has been reacquired. Top red stairs by Japer. Davey holding close by to New Belt. Japer, this is the difference, though. They're just walking in. Oh! The vault over killed Davey. He doesn't have a shield in his face to protect him. And he loses that battle. And CS are on the verge of a 3-0 attacking start on Cafe. Drone in towards washrooms. Trippin can't really do much to help from this position.
Saved hasn't even got
dead.
a kill.
Trippin's down.
They don't need Saved.
Voltus looks asleep.
Oh, he's just a bit low. Wow. I mean...
Wrap it up.
They just took a tactical time.
Wrap it up. Vinny's just thrown his hands in the air and he's wondering, why are we still here? Hey, I used to say that about you guys.
I think he's going a bit insane.
Vinny's starting to get a taste of what it's like to watch on. and question. And we have every right to question after what we saw on Skyscraper, which, for all intents and purposes, was an incredibly well-played defensive half. I mean, Faulty was running around rampant, getting opening pick after opening pick. All these shots, they shut down Saved. He couldn't do anything. CS looked quite abhorrent. Like, they were very bad on attack.
Yeah, they look super restricted on attack, but I think Cafe just, again, much like Border, not to the same extent, but much like Border, just offers
they have
more
two
avenues.
kills in 3 rounds. 1 for Davey, 1 for Mackenzie.
Yeah.
And that's just perplexing. And we've gone to mining now.
They got to try something at this point. I'll have a look at
I
Cross.
think they must know. I mean, clearly after the second round, you take a tactical timeout, and then you lose after that. Now you go mining. You're on the ropes, and you know it, and you know you've got to try and do something very cheeky and very different here.
Well, we've seen this site twice in OCE, and it has been successful for the defense on both occasions.
Make or break. You lose this round, you're probably done. And you probably know that as well internally. You win this round, well, maybe you can spark a comeback.
Yeah.
Faulty was just, it was effortless for him on Skyscraper.
Yeah, he was the tone setter back on the last map. Shaco Sphere's looking ruthlessly here
Is that one in reading?
on Cafe.
Oh, pick it.
Oh my god.
My goodness,
It's just so scary.
Bake's going to go for it again, surely. No? I mean, like, you just don't need to be peeking into save there. The LMG up close.
I'll tell you what, we're unlikely to see it because of the bracket format, but imagine Saved v Jigsaw on entry. That would be one hell of a contest. I mean, his Jigsaw in the R6 Cup Grand Final was looking as dangerous as this, if not more dangerous.
Well, I mean, if Circular Spheres win this map, they will play a game of Gladiators tomorrow.
I didn't realize Jigsaw played for...
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's why I said it was unlikely. They'd have to beat GG and then hope
Sorry.
Chiefs make the grand final.
No, I just had a 12 a.m. No, it's only 11:30. 11:30 brain fart.
Might not reach 12 a.m.
Oh, at this rate, yeah.
Actually pretty unlikely.
Although it has slowed down, and you kind of question, why is it slowed down? Well, Prodigy have just decided to not start running around and peeking. Instead, they're playing sight. They're forcing...
And they shut down saved.
Yeah, they're forcing the clear.
This
Bake,
is better.
that's better. Yeah, I mean, it's the pretty basic fundamentals. Nitrocell, you picked a bit of an odd site. CS, don't know the conventional way to maybe push this, play this. And you're not just running around the map.
Ooh,
That's
awkward.
a nice kill for Killerman as Trippin went for the re-peak. But for all intents and purposes, it really should be a 4th round that goes the way of Prodigy here. Also in the 4th round to Prodigy. Faulty. He really does just look half asleep, but he's lagged out camera. He did spot another. Oh! Killerman would have just been completely spooked. I don't think he had any clue of the fact that Faulty was inside of washrooms.
Well, they've got their lifeline. Absolute must-win round, both from a statistical standpoint, but I think even more importantly at this point, the mental side.
Yeah.
Remaining competitive in this match, bit of a pocket pick to get them across the line, so grasping at straws, but it was a very well-played out round. They identified that they needed to try and just waste as much time as humanly possible. Added bonus was obviously finding saved, and then they were able to hold those key power positions from them. That Prodigy, to their credit, throughout this entire series, even back on border, when they found themselves in advantageous positions, they rarely throw them. So they just need to really bunker down and avoid or double down on saved and just deal with him, and then they can look to fortify. But, I mean, again, we're from third-person perspective, we're not inside of the server under pressure. It's very easy for us to say these things, and they already know it. Like, we're regurgitating stuff they know. Execution is a whole different thing, and saved has, to his credit, just been so difficult, no matter what's been thrown at him tonight. Very difficult to kill.
Well, can that be a catalyst, though, for a kick-on now for Prodigy to follow up from that win? Can they get a couple in a row and really kind of solidify this half?
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
It's almost Christmas time again soon. That season slowly making its way over. Every time we come to Cafe, and I always just get reminded of the fact that Mandy did scale the entire building on a drone.
Oh, that's a throwback.
How long did she say it took? 40 minutes or something? It was quite ridiculous. Like an hour?
Yeah, it took a while.
Imagine you get near the top and you just fall. Not me, I just threw it up top. I just picked it up and then threw it. And
Imagine pushing this to 3 maps and falling at the very end.
yeah, that's true. Jaber will get the first pick this round onto Mackenzie.
And Trippin's very low as well.
Oh, Bake's got to be careful. Pressure both sides here of White Stairs. There's a couple of players roaming around. Oh, headshot.
Oh,
yes.
man, he's just
Good
so
angle for
sharp.
save.
He's just so sharp.
He's playing really well. Oh, Physics shot through the soft wall. It's not looking likely that Prodigy are going to be able to, get that round win bounce coming into the 5th round after winning the 4th round. One mining, unless Faulty can just be a little bit of a pest here in Pillar. See if someone walks out onto the Belk.
Need a big play here from Faulty. Davey does have
Oh,
Nitro.
he's got yellow ping intel actually on new Belk, so he's repositioned.
Oh, that timing was awkward. Saved, I don't think spotted it. Davey crossing. Minute to go though, so this attack has a lot of time. And a lot of drones.
Bomb located by attackers.
Saved. Is he just going to walk straight past him? Oh, no way, he's knifed him. No.
Are you serious?
I'm speechless.
We need another Davey reaction. We need a Davey reaction on the replay package. Is he cool, calm, and collected after that one, Jake? There's no way.
Our man just got knifed.
There is no way
Nah,
you
surely
are not
not.
tilted by that.
At least minimum a head throwback. Like a head gets thrown back or something. Oh, does he win nits? Oh, 1v2. 2 more to left for Faulty. But he's still also got to get the defuse. Nah, surely not. Man, again, just looks completely half asleep. He can't keep his eyes open. Nah, dead. Neptune easily with the footholds.
Oh, boy.
Dude, look at Saved. He knows he got the knife onto Dave. Do we have his reaction? That is the question that we all want the answer to. It doesn't look like he had any kind of reaction though, Guz, which honestly I'm not too surprised after the earlier highlights of Dave back on.
Cool, calm, and collected.
I think it will be cool, calm, and collected. What about this shot though? I mean, just
like how, dude?
minuscule. Davey's reaction here to getting knifed.
Did he?
Nah.
What, did he die? Does he know he died?
I think he's still playing the round.
He's locked in. I mean, I respect it.
I tell you what, I need that man's mental.
Far out. Like, it gets to a point where something like there's certain things that happen in Siege
Like,
where you get the license to be annoyed.
It's map 3 of a quarterfinal at Pro League. You win, you go to a semi-final. All right, that happens to people in casual and they're slamming the desk.
You've just been knifed on a guy on 9 kills,
Oh, credit.
farming, and nothing.
Final round of the half coming up as Circular Spheres are in full command on Cafe as they seemingly were on Border. It's quite similar. It's looking as if Skyscraper is the anomaly. It's very much looking like Skyscraper. It just makes no sense. And in the grand picture of this series now, you're sitting here wondering why this was not over in a 2-0 fashion. At the very least, we will get to ask in the interview, I presume, as to what the hell went in with the Skyscraper pick and what went wrong. And
Testing orders? I don't know.
Scopulse in play here for Mackenzie on Prodigy as it's the last round that they will play in the defensive side. Well, imagine Dave will just get straight onto the blitz in the second half.
Got to win this round.
Scopulse being targeted by the Deimos.
Can switch up. I will say that one was
It's a pretty decent
quite exposed to the
counter.
skylight.
So it doesn't switch the death mark.
No.
So it's a yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would.
Come on, guys. Don't troll.
Oh, jeez.
Could you imagine the big brain player there? They place the Claymore, and then another defender comes across and clears the Claymore without the attack knowing, and gives him free reign to actually rotate. That would have been wild, but no, they go for the safe option, clear the shout. Drains a little bit of time, I guess, so... Small win for Prodigy, and I think at this point of the series, they will take any small win possible as they consolidate again on top 4. Save, though, man of the hour, 9 kills here on CAF.
Yeah, look how confident he is just swinging new bulk here. Oh my god, he actually got that kill onto Davey.
My god.
Even you're slamming the desk, but Bake gets the immediate trade.
Well, I know Davey's not going to slam his desk, so someone's got to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to do it for him. Double-digit kills now for Saved, but no Finker anymore, so no Adrenal Surges. 2 death marks still remaining on the Deimos for Killermen. 90 seconds left in the round. Final round of the half here for the quarterfinal number 2. Final game of the day here for Oceania.
Sound like you're calling a horse race.
I think Robert J. Monday said that the other day, actually. Death mark active.
Out of lane 2, jumps out white stairs, but doesn't find his mark.
Kenzie's going to go down to Physics, who's been able to give Circular Spheres. Now, once again, the numbers advantage. Mirror window still up. There's a player in towards bar side. Physics has got another one. That one onto Bake. And that was indeed the player that was trying to push out. Oh, never mind. It wasn't actually. Faulty. Oh, Physics. Everyone's just peeking everything at this point. Doorway, left, right, peek out, not peek, unpeek, die. Japer gets the kill. Faulty by himself, again half asleep as always, and dead. And Physics goes and gets like 3 or 4 in the round. Circular Spheres, what a commanding half from them on the attack side of Cafe. We'll get one last look at that knife kill, I think, guys, as we don't see it really too often. But what a half. 5-1. Circular Spheres 2 rounds away from being able to close out this particular quarterfinal, a match tomorrow against Gaming Gladiators.
Excuse me, guys. I can hold pillar.
Guys, I've been
Maybe
reading
that-
right now. Oh my god.
Funny, I think, Alex.
I don't know what's more embarrassing, getting knifed or that scream.
I feel like Davey's the one that was justified to maybe scream like that, but we didn't hear the comms. He looked pretty
Davey
quiet.
didn't even react. It
Nah.
just like, ah!
He was stone cold.
To be fair, I'm not surprised because I think I called it out that he as he's walking down the hallway, he wasn't going to clear the right side
Yeah,
doorway.
he crossed about 20 seconds, 15 seconds before that, and he didn't. He got blindsided.
That is hilarious. Nicely done from production. Well,
Highlight of the half, highlight of the series.
they closed it out from here, right? You would think so.
I am nodding.
I'm nodding. But
Oh,
that's
they
playing on.
can't see. Where has it all gone wrong for Prodigy?
Well, where has it gone wrong? I mean, is it just map dependent? Is it play style? They were so confident on Skyscraper and here on, well, I guess not just here, but also on Border, they've just been incompetent.
I just think it's been so much more difficult to isolate saved on this map.
You reckon it's just down to saved?
Oh, Killerman's certainly chipping in.
Well, I certainly think there's a multitude of factors. Maybe saved just being
Oh,
one of them.
look at it! Look, the three of them trapped in spawn!
Oh my god. Headshot. Oh!
Oh, dude.
Physics, to be fair.
He deserved that too.
SMG 11 from there, not as easy.
Bit ambitious.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Saved. My
my.
goodness. This is just
Is anyone going to
crumbling.
get in the building?
Crumbling for Prodigy. We may actually end up with 7-2, 7-2, 7-2 as the scoreline. Somewhat reflecting our earlier quarterfinal, but with so much aggression from Circular Spheres, there is bound to be remonstration. Prodigy make it 3 versus 3 with well over 2 minutes remaining in this round. This is actually winnable for Prodigy.
They have the drones available here as well, so Prodigy, with 2 minutes on the clock, can play conservative, gain information, and look to play proactively off it. What are you giggling at?
Someone in the I turned on Twitch because I want to watch back people's reaction to the scream from
yeah.
Saved. Someone in the chat has said Faulty looks like he's about to pass away.
Okay, we should clarify. He's not actually falling asleep. It's just his cam
I
is
don't know.
laggy.
To be fair, it's like midnight or about to be, and he does look pretty tired. Nitrous cell. Oh, what have we? What the hell is going?
Oh,
Oh no! Oh, please, Dev, take me to EUL with you.
Oh, they go for the res!
Just kill him!
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, there's another couch slam from Vinny.
Well, it is match point, though,
Oh.
for Circular Spheres. And for Prodigy, what has been, look, I think overall a pretty standout stage from them. It's not going to end in the best of fashions. They almost got gate kept from the building.
Wow. Oh, that is some kind of angle. Nice,
Yeah,
Dave.
you can actually get that angle from standing outside, for those who are unaware. They got in the building eventually, but it was just top red. You've lost the plot, mate. Oh, boy.
Look, we've gotten this far. I do want this to end 7-2, just for the sake of scoregami.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Scoregami, yeah.
This one's done, though. This one is done.
We are going to see the blitz, so one last hurrah for Davey on the shields. Can he find a bit of success and prolong this map? Or will Circular Spheres shut it out? Scopos in play, Aruni for the Bake extension, and Vigil for the Roam. Don't forget the Oryx as well, so the hard counter on offer here into the blitz.
There you go, the replay.
They're fighting for spawn kill spots.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god, what could go wrong? Oh.
Oh.
It's faulty out there. He's on shock drone. Okay, they've dodged the spawn picks. That's good. Oh, Killman! 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 Oh! No. Faulty's still out there.
Oh, just orange. Oh! No way! What?
Killerman's back.
He just one-tapped that man to the Shadow Realm.
No.
I'm just watching it back. Pop. Oh, that's so clean.
He almost just got another one. Oh, he just switches out. See you later. 16 HP, back to 110. Thank you.
Yep. Very fair, operator.
Oh boy.
Logic Bomb rings out onto a couple of members of the defense as Prodigy trying to make their final march a successful one. Davey in towards Cigar Lounge, and he will clear the shell left behind by Killerman. Is this the last we see of Prodigy in, I guess, an official? We will technically see them tomorrow in a 5th place match.
Oh, no, Jakey, hold the phone, mate. Hold the flipping phone.
All right, phone's held. Phone's held.
Saved is dead. And you know
Saved
what that
is
means?
dead. Well,
Win cons available. They unlock.
maybe this could be,
It's like a skill tree. Saved is the beginning of the tree, and you kill him. Options are plenty.
maybe we're on here for 7-2 scoreline. The two could be on. 4 versus 4. Japer on the vigil. Red Stairs holds. Waits patiently, but no movement coming his way. One Logic Bomb available for Mackenzie into the final minute. Dave on the blitz, certainly going to be a nuisance here. Go down in towards Kitchen later on. Drone coming on in, but stops short of droning. Japer, oh, the run across. Oh, and the drone's not active, and the vigil makes his way, and he should get, and does get the kill onto Mackenzie. Back down red he goes. Killerman also gets rid of Davey. And this should be the end. GG called by Saved. Bake will get brought back up for one last push, one last attempt in a 2v4. Saved, it was very much a fun series. And indeed, this one does seem over. They are being hunted down. As Killerman and Japer get the final 2 kills, we will see Circular Spheres progress forward into a semi-final tomorrow against Gaming Gladiators. They win this out 2-1. What a series.
Certainly the Mostest best of 3 in the Mostest region to cap off the night. Circular Spheres headed by Saved with a big performance there on map 3. It was a series that continued to give, and honestly, going into Cafe, Jake, we really had no idea or expectation that it would go this way, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, CS just ruthless.
Was it fun?
Not for Prodigy.
Not for Prodigy.
Which is such a shame because we were championing them so much at the stage. They played some phenomenal Siege throughout this stage, but for whatever reason tonight, couldn't connect the dots on that final map.
Yeah, what a shame. All right, let's go over to the couch as they can break things down for what was Playdate 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, 7-2, 7-2, 7-1. I think Guz put it really well. The Mostest best of 3 in the Mostest region.